Today we're moving feed and we're filling up our gravity feeders, and I guess I've taken for granted a lot of times that everybody knows how to use a super sack or one of these big sacks right here of feed. Today I'm going to show you how we use a super sack, how we get feed to our bulk feeders. So my main goal today in this video is to show you how to use a super sack. Lots of times we all talk about buying feed in bulk. If you really don't know how to use one of these and have never used one before, they can be a little bit intimidating the first time. So let me show you how to use a super sack and how it works. It actually, you can control the flow of the grain or your feed out of it very well, very easy. So let me show you how we do that. So the first thing to know is there's two ties in here. There's two openings. The first one opens here like this. So it has two openings, and this first opening is what controls your flow of feed. And with these ties we can adjust the opening, and adjusting that opening size controls the flow. So we don't want it really, I don't like it super fast, so we'll tie this. Now that's the first spout, that's the outer spout. So that's the first spout. Now we'll get out the second spout, the inner spout. So now that's the inner spout, and that's where the feed comes out of. So now we can untie this inner portion, and you can actually control the flow with your hand or with this tie. Now you see there's a tie to the outer funnel, and we've got the inner funnel down, and we're untying the tie to the inner funnel. Alright? So now, here's the tie to the inner funnel. We open that up, and because we have this outer funnel constricted, it actually controls the feed. You can constrict it down tighter to run it slower, or you can open that outer funnel wider and the feed will flow faster. If I wanted to stop this feed, that's all I have to do is just tie the feed, or just grab it with my hand and hold it. Then we can have a conversation about the feed. Then we want to finish filling up, we just open it back up. So really they're not that intimidating, and you can control the flow of the feed as it comes out of them. You just have to control it with this outer funnel, outer tie. Very simple to use. Now we put, let's clean you off a little bit. So now we put this feed in our buckhorn, and we take it to the gravity feeder to put out. Let's go do that, and I'll show you why we don't use the bag and we need the buckhorn. So just tie the bag up tight. So we're going to set this sack back in the barn. We're not going to put the lid back on the buckhorn because we're going to go drop it straight in the gravity feeder. We'll show you why we like, or why we need the buckhorn and can't just fill our gravity feeders out of these bags. Let's go get that done. saying, why even worry about buying bulk feeder? Why not just use bags? But we're feeding about a ton a week, which is not a huge farm. It's a small farm, I guess, in comparison. But still, those bags and the waste from having all those bags is just a lot of trouble to deal with. And it's so much easier to drop that bulk sack, drop it in our buckhorn, and then put it in our feeder. See how tall this gravity feeder is? It's very difficult to get that really long bag down here, and then when we get it here, we don't have enough lift with our tractor to get it up and over top of the feeder. So that's why we use the buckhorn box, just so we can get it up over and open the gate in the bottom and drop it in. It just makes everything function so much easier. The buckhorn box is so much more stable. It has a gate on the end of it that you can just open up, pull out a door, and drop the feed in. Oh my goodness, the one day I didn't wear my Tidewee boots. I never expected to fall off or have to get in that mud just to put the lid on, but always something happens like that. So now I have to go wash off and get cleaned up. Oh, that's so dirty. Well, other than having to get up mid-calf in the mud, everything went pretty good. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps you understand how to use a super sack. Maybe now it won't be nearly as intimidating if it was at all. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about super sacks. Did you already know how to use them? Thanks for watching, and as always, we'll do it all again tomorrow.